It was a quiet night on dispatch, the kind you almost get used to. The hum of the servers, the occasional crackle of static, the city breathing outside my window. Then a call came through. No sirens, no shouting, just a whisper. So faint I almost missed it. There's someone in my house. The voice was a woman's, laced with a terror so raw it felt like ice in my veins. I immediately went into protocol mode. Ma'am, can you tell me your name? Can you tell me where you are in the house? My fingers flew across the keyboard, initiating the trace. The signal was weak, bouncing, but it was locking on. She didn't answer my questions. Her breathing was ragged, punctuated by stifled sobs. He's here, she whispered. I can hear him walking around downstairs. I'm hiding in the closet. The fear in her voice was contagious. I could almost feel the cramped darkness of that closet, the scent of mothballs and old fabric. I could hear the floorboards creaking, not just in her house, but in my own mind. Okay, stay on the line with me, I said, trying to keep my own voice steady, a beacon in her storm. Police are on their way, just keep quiet, don't make a sound. But even as I said it, a chilling thought pricked at me. Her voice, there was something eerily familiar about it. I shook it off. On a long shift, everyone starts to sound like someone you know. The trace pinned, complete. My eyes scanned the address on the screen. 1428 Willow Creek Lane. For a moment, my brain refused to process it. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat of disbelief. I stared at the numbers, the street name, my own address staring back at me from the cold blue light of the monitor. It was impossible. A glitch, a prank. It had to be. My hands started to shake. I live alone. There's no one else there. I tried to speak, to ask her to confirm the address, but the words wouldn't come out. My throat was a dessert. The woman on the other end started whispering again. He's coming up the stairs. Oh God, he knows I'm here. The door handle, it's turning. A guttural, primal fear took over. Protocol shattered. I ripped off my headset, leaving it clattering on the desk. My supervisor yelled something after me, but his voice was a distant echo. I was already gone, sprinting out of the building, my keys fumbling in my trembling hand. The drive home was a blur of red lights and blaring horns that I barely registered. My mind was a vortex of pure panic. Who was in my house? And how was she calling me? I screeched into my driveway, leaving the car door wide open. The house was dark, silent, just as I had left it. I burst through the front door, my heart threatening to explode. Hello? I shouted, my voice cracking. Is anyone here? Nothing, just the familiar silence of my empty home. I checked every room, every closet, behind every curtain. Nothing, no one. The house was exactly as it should be. A wave of relief washed over me, so potent it almost buckled my knees. It was a prank, a sick, twisted prank. Or maybe a system error. That had to be it. I leaned against the kitchen counter, taking deep, shuddering breaths, and then I saw it. My landline phone, off the hook, lying on the floor. A cold dread, far worse than anything I'd felt before, crept back in. The line was still open. I slowly picked up the receiver, my hands slick with sweat. I didn't say a word, just listened, and I heard a voice. A whisper so faint I almost missed it. There's someone in my house. It was my own voice. The exact words, the same terrified tone from the call. My blood went cold. I looked at the dispatcher headset still clipped to my belt from when I ran out of work. The open line wasn't at dispatch. The open line was here, and the voice on the other end was me. I never clocked out that night. Because as I stood there, frozen in my own kitchen, the call at dispatch was still active, and I was still on both ends of the line. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more stories from the dark. Stay safe out there.